the article just sort of moves on, and Rick and I were like, well, what if we pull at that thread? We have so many questions about what that relationship is and how they re-engaged with each other. You know, did he stay as the fake hitman? So we started kind of pulling at that thread, and really that was a big breaking point because the story wasn't revealing itself in a natural way, but then there was this paragraph about this woman that the real life Gary Johnson sat down with, and instead of, you know, sending her to jail like he did with everybody else, you know, she was approaching him trying to kill her husband, or trying to get him to kill her husband, and he didn't believe that she was sort of capable of this thing. He sort of believed in the best of her and talked her out of it. And it was like the first time that ever happened, and there was sort of a relationship that developed from that. And so all of a sudden, the article just sort of moves on, and Rick and I were like, well, what if we pull at that thread? We have so many questions about what that relationship is and how they re-engaged with each other. You know, did he stay as the fake hitman? So we started kind of pulling at that thread, and really that was a big breaking point because that was the thing when we started thinking about if he got stuck in this identity as this fake hitman. You sort of have this amazing character math where you have a guy who's teaching humanity but not experiencing humanity, getting stuck in the mask, in the body of someone who embodies all the dangerous, exciting elements of what humanity is, this sort of roller coaster ride, and ends up finding that he can be a more three-dimensional, fun version on the other side of it.
I first met Rick over Zoom. And it's always so weird when you talk about people and there's right next to you. But he really is one of my favorite filmmakers, and I always aspired to be sort of an actress like an actress in one of Rick's movies. It always feels like his characters are saying words for the first time, and it feels so fresh, and I always just found it so beautifully crafted. So when I got on a Zoom with him, I was pretty nervous because all I wanted to do was just to work with him, and we hit it off, and I was encountered with this egoless man who was really interested in picking my brain and wanting to know what I thought of Madison, and that was really refreshing, and that doesn't happen often, and it definitely doesn't happen with a director like Rick. Okay, I'm done, Rick. I'm done. So that was the first, that's how I first came on board. And then he was like, you should meet Glen. And Glen and I met, and we just had immediate sort of chemistry. We couldn't stop talking, both about the movie and about our personal lives, and how our personal lives were, could kind of thread into this movie. And we just had the best time. So that's sort of how I came on board.
Kind of the greatest thing about getting to do this over the years, over the decades, is, when you work with someone you like, and the planets align, you get to work with them again. It's just wonderful. With Glen, I think our big breakthrough was 10 years ago. We were shooting Everybody Wants Some. Glen came in on audition. And I had a part that I thought would be very difficult to cast. He was really smart. He's an athlete, yet he's really smart and charming, and he's kind of the team intellectual. And I was like, this is a small little target. Who's going to do this? And I'd known Glen for about 10 years at this time. I'd worked with him when he was young, like a high school kid. But he came in, and I knew what he was doing over the years. I saw him in movies. I was like, Glen, he's out there making a go. But I really didn't, until he walked in the room and was this guy, I was like, holy crap. When did Glen become so, amazing? He's so smart. He's so charming. He's like, wow, I was just seeing this force of nature. I was like, oh, my God. He solved my problem. I got my guy to play this thing. But we had such a great creative time on that. It's really just a wonderful experience. So I figured, let's keep going. Who knows? But I couldn't wait to work with him again. And he did a day on another film I did, kind of a favor to me. But it was, like I said, when he called me with this, it was off to the races creatively, because he's just fun to work with. He's just got all that stuff. He's funny and smart and, great collaborator.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share the videos.